correctly with the correct amount.
D20 Radio, where gamers roll.
www.d20radio.com.
Welcome to Me and Steve Talk RPGs, a podcast where me and my friend Steve...
We're playing games this time.
Before we begin, I want to take a moment to acknowledge something important. The setting of this campaign, Origin, is inspired by West African cultures, histories, and aesthetics. None of the players, and certainly not myself, have lived experience or even ancestry from that part of the world. While Origin is part of the canonical setting for Exalted, I've drawn on real-world West African traditions to help bring the setting more fully to life. This isn't meant to be an accurate historical or cultural portrayal, and it is definitely not a commentary on any real-world nations, peoples, or beliefs. One key difference is theological. While Timbuktu and the surrounding regions were deeply shaped by the arrival of Islam, Exalted has its own divine and mythological structure that plays out very differently. My hope is to approach these inspirations with respect and care, and I welcome feedback if I fall short. In the session notes, there will be a short list of resources to learn about the real history of West Africa and the Sahel. Thank you. All right. I guess we can start playing then. All right. So last session largely circled around a merchant, Avaros Naren, a spice merchant, and you guys gathered some interesting information about him. One of his assistants, Sefar Onu, is apparently not right, may possibly be dead, certainly is creepy. Also, acts like a bodyguard, has ink-stained fingers, and is allegedly an assistant and clerk. His Jen's character,
Saelen.
Saelen, discovered from her network of street urchins that a very odd shipment came from one of them that smelled rotten, and then they showed up, and then his people showed up and said, "Oh, we sent that to you by mistake. Here's the correct shipment," which struck everyone as a little bit odd, why a shipment of spices would smell rotten. He also enraged all the players by basically saying, "Kids these days," and Logan and or Nim, I'm not sure whether it was the player or the character, swore that they were going to kill him. And you guys and the group was discussing exactly what to do about this gentleman and his mysterious assistant when we called the session. So,
Okay. What sort of fallout has occurred with the absence of the spider?
So there is confusion, and there's confusion in the underworld. A number of agents, a number of people that were suspected of being agents of GEM have changed operations significantly. They seem to be acting more like free agent criminals rather than, agents, as if they had completely lost their handler. Avaros Naren, who you guys had believed was a agent of the Spider, did not significantly change his operations, and you guys were thinking that the pattern indicates that he and the Spider were working together, not one for the other.
Okay.
Oh yes, and he also, Nim attempted to negotiate with him to sort of insinuate the group into his operations, into Avaros Naren's operations, and he said, I'll bring your entire mercenary, I'll pay you I'll bring your mercenary company on board as security, and you all on board as agents, if you can find me the answer to one question. And Nim was like, okay, what question? And the question was, who or what murdered Madhu Jarek? Which, as you recall, was y'all's friend, the Lunar Tene Moonmarked, who not only murdered him, but ripped out his heart and ate it.
Mm-hmm.
Thus giving him the ability to shape into Madhu Jarek's shape, although that might be inadvisable since he is rather publicly known to be dead. You guys have also heard that a anonymous donor donated a bronze heart to the city for the funeral rites, to sort of symbolically make the corpse whole, so that it would be less likely to, rise and seek bloody vengeance.
Okay. So, yeah, it sounds like they were at least cohorts or something.
Yeah, you don't offer to spend that much money in exchange for an answer, unless you guys are at least working in the same circles.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah, based on my notes, we had found something. His name is in my notes, and I wasn't there last session, so I don't remember exactly what happened. But
yeah, he had come to get you guys' attention, I think, 2 sessions ago, as a spice merchant that you all suspected.
Mm-hmm. So, not that I want to cause us problems, but how are we, as far as our collective resources and keeping our mercenary company covered?
Excellent question.
Yeah. I know Finn's been looking to get them work and resources, but I don't know if anything's come of it yet.
Yeah, well, and I hit Jarek's place once, / twice, but, that's more of a one-time thing, not a continuing thing per se.
You say you can't just keep robbing the same person over and over again?
Well,
Well,
not after you burn down their shop.
An alibi for murder, you kind of can't rob him anymore.
You have resources for another 3 months or so.
Okay. Like, I know, I was hoping to kind of get a network of steal this, fence it, set up, kind of going on in the background, but I don't, the mechanics of such.
I know, Exalted has, the project system? I don't know how that works, though.
Yes, you can. Yes. So technically the project system is from Exalted Essence, but I will cheerfully use it because it's something that translates very well.
Yeah, well, like I said, I was just hoping to, so to speak, get, if you want to call it, intentionally not going for big scores, but just enough to kind of increase things, but hopefully kind of stay a little bit under the radar.
Yeah. Okay.
That, so to speak, I'm perfectly okay with all that happening off camera, because that seems like a lot of crap for you to do, other than just say, yes, it generates this much a month. Or whatever.
Yes, but what I can do is I can find what I did with it, find my Exalted Essence book, and we can actually show how project system actually works. There we go. There it is. Alright. So, does your character have a resources score?
I believe he has resources too.
Okay.
Let me find the proper tab, and then I will... I've forgotten how to use Roll20, so, bear with me for a minute. There we go.
That's okay. We got we've got another game that runs on Foundry, so we've been switching back and forth, and that's been interesting.
Well, see, I have not yet used Foundry because my old computer did not like Foundry.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Okay. Oh, there we are. No wonder I couldn't see me.
You ready?
I found it. I'm just looking because I remember seeing it before, but now I can't find it.
Maybe you're looking for your resources or your character sheet?
Resources. I found my character sheet.
Resources would be under merits as a general rule.
Yes, they're okay. Yes, I am currently 2.
All right. So to sustain your company without any issues, you said you're currently at
I'm at 2.
2. So
Let
to
me get
sustain
mine.
your company without any issues, you'd need resources for. But what we can do is we can do a quote unquote venture. We can do a venture where you attempt to increase your resources to bring you up to that level with a sort of a time limit of before the money from Madhu Jarek's shop runs out.
Mm-hmm.
So the time scale on that is probably going to be in. Okay, all right. You're wishing to set up a organization to do that or something like that.
Yeah, like a
Or,
heist crew, basically, just thinking in line with what Cyclone does, but basically, obviously, we want to hit the more gem-friendly merchants, but
right.
just kind of basically a little bit here, a little bit there, hopefully enough that, well, it's annoying, but damn it, it's not enough to really get someone's attention to cause problems.
Well, it sounds like you want to kind of run a thieves guild almost.
Almost, but not per se. Like it just a crew that, you know, we take a little off the top and hopefully it adds into what we have and we don't have to stress about money for the mercs. Because soldiers being, you know, mercenaries wanting to get paid is probably not the people we really want as adversaries.
No. We would like to be quite happy.
You know, that's what I mean. I'm very open to anyone who has any other income stream ideas, but
no, I mean, like I said, Finn is mostly just looking to try to get the company to be employed. So, you know, doing protection and things like that.
Yeah.
Obviously, the city contracts are the nice ones.
So, I mean, can we structure this somehow then that the project is more funding the company as opposed to it being particularly tied to my character or anyone else's character?
Okay. All right. Yeah. So if we call it, the venture is secure funding for the Oathbound.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So obstacles would include securing immediate funds, which is more of the thievery.
Mm-hmm.
Another obstacle to getting good work is you have a limited reputation. Need another.
We kind of have to do it without. I don't know if that's really an obstacle though. Like just trying not to expose ourselves.
I'm going to say gem opposition. Okay, so you've got 3 ventures. Each venture, or you've got 3 obstacles. Each obstacle, you got to come up with an idea of how you're going to address it. We'll do one scene where you do that, and at the end of the scene where you attempt to address it, and the difficulty is going to be either 4 or 3, depending on. Like, I think your limited reputation is only a difficulty 3 because you already have some notice from the week you guys spent on the gate, and securing immediate funds is going to be difficulty 4. And then the final one is gem opposition, which is that the mercenary companies that work for gem are not always thrilled about independent operators, so it will probably include a conflict of some kind. So if there's one of those you guys want to address now, or if you wish to follow up with the on investigating and or doing something about Avaros Naren, it is up to you all.
Yeah, no, I'm happy to do that too. I just figured that was something that we ought to at least try and get ahead of before. Oh crap, it's a problem now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if we want to investigate Naren and his strange cohort and so forth, I'm fully down to do that.
Well, I think we kind of have to. I mean, the thing is, I mean, we're exalted, so this is kind of what we, kind of the game is, doing everything at once, doing.
Everything at once?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, we're supposed to be walking gods.
All right.
Unfortunately.
Yes,
So
but I am a mere mortal GM, and so I need to know which he
Oh, no.
likes to do first.
Yep.
We have someone we can ask about confirming that.
I don't have splitting the party prana, which would allow me to run 3 simultaneous unrelated scenes.
I'm gonna need to get your experience with this.
Right?
Well, one could argue that we have a merchant who appears to be on the side we don't like.
You have several.
So, well, this one in particular, who we want to investigate, spices could be of value, but at the same point, could probably be offloaded in small enough quantities as to not cause alarm.
Also, if he is selling spices to noble houses, he probably has bags of gold dust, which are immediately negotiable.
So, I mean, I'm not quite ready to put as big of a target on him as we were Jarek, but,
All right, we thinking we have a target then?
I mean, I think investigating him isn't contrary to our other goals.
Well,
Right.
we can secure immediate funding. That will at least go. We can buy a little bit more time.
Yeah.
So, all right.
So, let me ask. There is suspicion that this assistant of his is some form of undead. Is that character knowledge or player knowledge, and how much of that
That is something that that you were told by Tene Moonmarked.
Yep. This is the learner.
okay, the lunar. So,
And we suspected something was off with them, but we didn't really.
but I mean, in creation, are
We know.
undead alike akin to D&D undead, or is this a completely different level of stuff?
They are, how do I want to put this? They are ghosts from the underworld, which should not be able to walk in light of day, but which apparently do, which that's a problem for you guys.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, a cynical man might say, Jarek seemed to have a pet abyssal, or be the pet of an abyssal. Now we have another possible agent of Gem with a nefarious associate. Might be the same type of thing. Because I'm sure the Veil is none too happy with us at this point either.
That's also correct.
So yeah, I think I would like to try and do some surveillance, etc., on this assistant person thing.
Okay. And how are you going to go about doing that?
I think first steps is just kind of try and observe and maybe tail him if he's truly the assistant, he's probably running errands, etc. Like I said, I think physical observation, maybe, some conversations with people he seems to interact with, if, once that pattern kind of develops.
Mm-hmm.
But I think first is really, observe, follow, kind of mix into, like this guy's a spice wholesaler, so I can't really walk in, but I can watch the building and see when he leaves.
Okay. Let me get a stealth. Yeah. Let me get a dexterity stealth to avoid being noticed, casing the joint.
Okay, let me ask this. I know I have a talent that, or a charm that, easily overlooked presence.
Ah, yes. That might well be relevant.
Yeah. The lawgiver evades detection by hiding in plain sight. A solar with this charm is able to drift unnoticed through crowds or alone. The charm models her talent for blending in and remaining unnoticed. While active, characters cannot notice her unless she takes overt action. Such actions include any display of prowess, like leaping across buildings, etc. Lasts for a scene for, is it 3 or 5? 3 modes. So I will spend...
Okay. Yeah.
3 personal, and... Because we're back up to full at this point, correct?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so yeah, I will do that. And then let me get you your stealth. You said stealth dexterity?
Mm-hmm. No. That win. That's an I win button.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Unless you're planning on, like, curb stomping the dude in the middle of of the street, that's an I win button.
Okay, no. At this point, I just want to observe. I'm not saying what I observe might not change the plan, but the plan is to observe.
Well then, yeah. So he seems to, during the day, mostly focus on, going around to his various clients, making deliveries, meeting with other merchants, all very normal, not terribly unusual stuff, but and you always notice this Sephar Onu is always with him. Like, you never see Sephar Uno go anywhere without him, and you don't see him go anywhere without Sephar Uno. So that's kind of an oddity. Most of his other employees, they go to their homes, they have their families, they have, or a few of them sleep in the shop, mostly young unmarried ones who, just, they don't have a reason to live anywhere else.
Okay.
But,
for point of clarity, is this Uno the suspected undead guy?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. He is the all but confirmed undead guy.
Okay.
And he spends his evenings socializing with other upper class merchants, nobles, all sorts of folks that it's mostly his client base, because he does not he doesn't have a complete, he basically has a waiting list. Like, he can only bring in but so much, and if you aren't either one of the top 10 or 12 merchant houses, or noble important enough to have a seat in the assembly, you're not getting his product. He saves it for people who are more important than you are. So that's kind of where you're at. As far as his circle, he socializes in the evenings, and it seems to be fairly normal at first, and then you realize late at night he slips out with only Sephar Uno. So, do you want to follow him?
Oh, yes.
He goes outside the city through a gate that he probably, it's a sally port. He probably should not have free access to it, but apparently the people at the gate know him well enough that there's no questions asked, and it's only because of your ability to slip through unnoticed that you can follow him.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes to a tree, a boab tree that is dead and looks like it was struck by lightning. And he appears to have a conversation with it, or with someone. He's facing the tree, and the conversation is very muted.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have anything that will enhance your perception or your awareness for listening?
I believe so. Hang on a second. I picked something up. Sensory acuity prana? Would that be the appropriate thing?
That sounds an awful lot like the appropriate thing.
It seals the five senses into a more perfect form, etc., etc. Attuned to minute motions and sounds, dim and noisy conditions.
Excellent. That sounds like very much the appropriate thing.
Well, then we shall spend 5 more motes from personal, because glowing is probably not a good thing at this stage of the game.
Alright. So give me a perception awareness roll with double 9s.
Okay.
You can spend a few more personal motes if you want to improve that even further through an excellency, if you desire.
I mean, I'm at 9 dice.
Difficulty here is going to be a 4.
It kind of depends on how much you want to go over.
Yeah, I'm also looking. Well, so if I spend my personal pool is down to 5 now, which concerns me a little bit. That you know what, I'll throw in 2, so that then I put 2 in the bonus. Correct?
Yes.
Doubles, 9s. No automatics. Correct?
No.
Okay. 5 successes.
Excellent. You can hear him. So whoever he's talking to, he's addressing as my lord. And he says he is still investigating the death of Madhu Jarek. And he says he met an interesting fellow recently who he believes bears watching. And he describes the guy, and you quickly realize he's talking about Nim.
So he's talking about
Nim? Logan's character.
Okay.
Yeah, and then he says all is still going according to plan other than the disappearance of Madhu Jarek, or the death of Madhu Jarek.
Okay. And I'm assuming after he finishes conversation, he returns to the city and his residence and so forth?
Yeah. And set our owner with.
Yeah, I think then I'll return to our base and kind of relay this, and probably maybe more to Parviz and Saelen. What do y'all know about people talking to trees? Apparently dead. I think you said it was a boab tree.
You do know that boabs are considered sacred, but that a dead boab may be a bad may be a bad omen, but it may not be.
No, actually, I do want to ask though. Also,
yes.
This assistant basically is just kind of tagging along and just being there. He's not participating in this conversation. He's just like the silent guy off his shoulder, so to speak, the whole time.
Yes, if this were a mob boss, you would assume that he is just there to be the bodyguard enforcer. As a merchant, though.
Okay. So yeah, like I said, I'll relay all that. You know that. Yeah, I mean, his daytime activities seem reasonably in line with what he appears to be. Even his evening activities are not out of line, but then he goes out this gate and talks to this old dead tree, and he addressed it as my lord. So I'm thinking that is, I can get information, but this is above the level of things that I am out of my expertise now.
Are any of you guys? Is anyone besides old Steve?
I didn't. Go ahead.
I mean, I'm willing to do a little bit of research, but I can't imagine that my character would know why someone would talk to a dead tree and call it my lord, unless there was something I would have come across in any of my first stage research, but I don't know.
Parviz, you've got a cult, don't you?
I'm looking. I believe so.
At a semi-reasonable level?
Yeah, let me look and see if I've got a cult too. I think I might.
A cult. I have 3 points in a cult.
All right. I will take an intelligence occult roll to figure out, to at least try to get an idea of the significance of this.
Of this tree.
Oh shit! I have an occult of 4, so yeah, I'm gonna do some digging. I completely forgot.
Well, I can tell you this. If I roll intelligence plus occult, I'm rolling 2 dice. So,
Yeah,
That's
I think.
probably not ideal.
I think. Is there a way for maybe just me to just help with the research?
Yeah.
Let's do that then. Since you have an occult of 4, you have more knowledge on this than I would. But I have a little bit of knowledge, so I can maybe help you dig through some stuff.
Okay, and there's that bookstore that we went into, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna actually kind of use that. I mean, I also understand that there's the library, but I don't. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, I'm gonna try seeing if I can get, if there's anything in that bookstore that might be helpful, and if not, then I'll try the library.
Okay. So, Steve, if you want to, you're assisting, right?
Correct.
All right. Jen, roll intelligence occult with 2 dice for the stunt and 2 dice for Steve's assistance. And your difficulty is a 4.
And then for the stunt, is there the 2 dice and then no automatic successes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
I'm sorry. -6? I can't. That makes no sense to me. What's the -2 for?
I don't know.
Try this again and put 0 in the automatic successes.
Yeah, got it.
Give it a null value.
The -6, I think we'd start worshiping the tree after what she tells us.
2 successes.
Okay,
Again,
can we
what's
go
the
back to that
-2
negative?
for?
Can we go back to that -6? Because I actually had 4 successes, even if you take away those -2.
I don't know what that minus. I don't
Me
know what
either.
-2 is supposed to be.
I don't know
Yeah, 'cause
either.
it's even in the second roll, you can see it rolling 4 + 4 + 4 + -2.
Right, because you should have intelligence 4. Let me see if there's something going on weird here, and if it is, then we'll just.
We'll adapt, adjust, and overcome.
I mean, I can just go find 12 dice.
Hang loose. You are going. This is so weird. I do not know what's going on here.
It's setting. It's gotta be like a setting or something, no?
3, 4, 8, 9, 10. Just roll two additional dice. Just roll 2 d10s using the dice roller tool, and I am trying to figure out. Oh. All right, so it's a 4. You get well, I said the difficulty was 4, didn't I? Whatever.
Yes.
I believe so.
Yeah. Okay. Then. Oh, you're still running around with a wound penalty, woman.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. I took it off. All right. So you get that there are records of death cults that have used dead boaps as conduits for speaking to ghosts or to ghosts within the underworld.
That's creepy.
Yeah. That's your best guess, and there's not really a whole lot else that would relate to that sort of behavior. Speaking to a dead boap.
Okay. Well, that's not creepy at all.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Now what?
That's a hell of a good question because I am not a ghost whisperer or death cult whisperer.
I mean, I'm sure death cults are hush hush, but this almost sounds like it's some sort of death cult plot masquerading under the guise of the city of Gem.
Do any of us know anything about Gem? Like, do they... Because I know that there's the one city that is all about the dead people, but that's not Gem. It's...
That's not even in this direction of creation.
Right.
No, you have not heard anything about death cults in relation to Gem.
Okay. Hey, John, just because, this isn't something my character would have been very up on, I'm also going to have spent some time just researching exactly, like, what's the point of a death cult? What are they usually used to accomplish? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Not entirely, but I'll say that the point of death cults are usually about worshiping specific ghosts in order to gain power, like any other cult, especially in Exalted. They are, ghosts can, strong, old ghosts can grant various blessings, and like any other relationship with an entity that can do so. It gives them power, essence, and the followers get blessings of various kinds.
Okay, that's exactly what I wanted to know.
Like a personal assistant.
Like a personal assistant, perhaps. But also, you also know that exalts can benefit from cults. Any of you can benefit from having people worshiping you. So could Nimbus.
I was going to ask, this is probably more of a player question than a character question, but what sort of ties, like Underworld and Abyssal to me, in the Steve brain, there's some parallel there. Is that an in-world thing that any of us would know, or no is just
let me ask. Sorry, not to cut you off, Steve. I was just remembering, since we were talking about ghosts, I have some stuff that deals with ghosts. Are we near this tree, by chance?
You guys could go out and find it again, but I understood this conversation is taking place in the city.
In the city. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I could take us back out there, I'm sure.
Look at it.
Yeah, I would like to go and actually use one of my occult abilities, one of my occult charms, to look at this tree. I would like to use spirit detecting gaze or glance.
All right. So you guys do that on an afternoon, or are you going to do it at night?
Somebody brushed me up. When did we see someone praying or praising to this tree? What was the particular time?
Late last night.
Okay. Around that same time is when I would like to go and be there.
All right. When you do, and you do use spirit detecting glance, you notice one thing, that there is a small group of ghosts huddled around it. Not huddled around it, but like standing around it as if they are mounting a undying guard on it. And these are what you would probably know from your understandings of the occult as war ghosts. They are wearing helmets, light armor, and carrying what appear to be ghostly flame wands. And also, this is kind of technically outside the remit of spirit detecting the lance, but I'm being flexible with that. The tree is not merely a conduit, it is a gate to the underworld. It is soaked a necrotic energy. It is a place of power in which can empower necromancy, strengthen ghosts. It is very much a gateway to the underworld.
I would just like, for the record, to say ew.
Really noted.
I was going to say, well, if he's looking at this at the time of night where I previously observed conversations, I'm going to take me in spots and make sure that what's his name doesn't just show up while he's looking.
Okay.
You know, I figure spots can cause interference, if nothing else.
But the ghosts aren't manifesting. You know that they could, but they're not right now. They are still immaterial. They can observe but not interact.
Well, Parviz is in sort of the same boat in that sense, because with Spirit Detecting Glance, he can observe but not interact.
Right. But also, it's not obvious that he is using Spirit Detecting Glance, so the ghosts don't know they're being watched. I'm
going to spend 7 motes. Does one of these ghosts, do they look like maybe they were the leader or in charge in any sort of way?
So most of them have 2 feathers sticking up from their helmets. There's one that has 3.
Okay.
And maybe slightly nicer robes under his armor.
Okay. So I'm going to spend 7 motes and order that dematerialized spirit to manifest using a charm presence or charisma presence persuade action with my essence as automatic successes.
That is the spirit manifesting word?
I don't know. It's in I have it listed in my character information items, so I'm not sure what the exact it's, but yeah, so charisma, presence, essence.
That's an anima power. I did not realize that. Yes, you can do that.
Yep. Let me just do some quick math here real quick.
Charisma presence within.
So we're going to change that to charisma presence, and then essence. So
1 automatic success.
1 automatic success. Okay. No bonuses or specializations. Doubles 10s. 1 automatic success. And what I roll? 6 successes.
All right. Well, he is jerked into the material world and stares at you and says, "What is your command, priest of the sun?"
I would like to know some information.
Ask.
Well, actually, my friend would like to know some information. And he motions for... Come here. I have someone I'd like you to speak with.
Jen, I think he's talking to you.
Okay. I'm going to head over there.
All right.
I have materialized a ghost.
Oh, boy. Okay. All right. And what did he just say to you?
He asked what my command was.
All right. Tell me what you know of the last person who opened this portal.
He says, "Open the portal. The gate is always open. The last to step through it, or the last to come and speak?"
The last to come and speak, besides us.
Some fat merchant who obeys the master.
Who is the master?
The veil which hunts the sun.
Did you see Parviz, visually just roll his eyes and throw his arms up in the air? Of course!
I care not about the simperings of the living. I care only to discharge my duty, which is to protect this gate.
How long has the fat merchant been in contact with the veil that hunts the sun?
Many days, many months. What is taunt the dead?
Okay, that's fair.
Long. Almost as long as he has committed the service of our company.
Your company?
Yes. Our company. That which the company of Razak the Undying.
Razak the Undying? Where did your company originally?
We were formed by Razak. We were shaped by Razak. In the days and years after Razak departed the sunlit to come into the underworld.
I'm sorry, I may not have been pushing my to talk button. What city did Razak form your company in, or near?
And he looks at you confused. And he says, not a city of the living. After he died, he gathered many warriors, the ghosts of many warriors, his soldiers, his adversaries. It mattered not. He led us to victory after victory in the realm of the dead. And now we serve Razak serve, and thus we do.
Do you is the next time your company is going to be called into battle, is it going to still be in the realms of the dead, or do you think you'll be?
This one is a file leader. This one does not know what
Fair.
the councils of Razak the Undying are, much less the veil that hunts the sun.
Fair.
Yes, the ghost said, that's way above my pay grade, dog.
And you know what? That's legit. Do you know? Are you familiar with the Fat Merchant's companion? His assistant?
The one ridden by the assassin. Yes.
I'm sorry, the one what, John?
Ridden by the assassin.
When you say ridden by the assassin, is there a ghost riding a corporeal body?
Yes. This is something that only those touched by the Great Ones can achieve.
Okay, John, character might have a better frame of reference for touched by the Great Ones than
Nope.
player does. No.
Nope.
Okay.
Character does not know anything about Death Lords. Or the Neverborn. Sorry.
The Great Ones?
I cannot speak of the Great. That way lies matter. A loss of purpose.
Okay. May we do anything for you in exchange for this information? You have been very forthcoming. I mean, I'm not offering up my soul or anything like that, but
I have answered because of the command of the unconquered sun. I recognize you as one of his as well. Leave us be. Do not force us to stand again by harming this gate.
You do not
Understood.
fear me, ghost. But you should.
The connotation on that last thing was, he is bound to defend the gate. If you want to do something nice for him, don't make him fight you because he knows you'll obliterate it.
Fair.
That's kind of the connotation he was trying to convey.
Sorry, I took it as him trying to be threatening towards me, and I was like, I will eat you.
Oh no.
You will be lunch.
You can tell him to materialize, and he does. So
Yeah.
okay. Hey, John.
Yes.
I know that he said, just don't, that, his request was that we not fight him, like don't make us fight you. But what would my character know about something that would be, and I know that I kind of did this with Chinama, with Phoenix's War Ghosts, but I'm still going to bring something back to the tree.
Okay.
Something small that either that they can consume or that they can consume like on a spiritual level, like incense or the fragrance of food or flowers or whatever.
Blood is always a winner.
Okie dokie. In that case,
Even if it's chicken or goat, it's always a winner.
okay. So I will bow politely to this ghost.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that you were compelled to answer, but I still appreciate your honesty and I don't mean this in a bad way, your transparency.
Don't be racist toward the ghost.
I'm not trying to be racist. And we will do our absolute best to avoid any type of confrontation.
No.
And then just for later, because I got to go. No.
Must defend the tree. We are not required to bar the way to those who have the right to use it.
The right to use it?
And he just sort of looks at Parviz. The priest kings of old have this right.
Thank you.
And with that, he quietly dematerializes.
Intro and outro music by the band 12 Noon. You can email us at meandsteverpg@gmail.com. You can find us on Twitter and RPGs. Find us on Facebook at Me and Steve RPG Podcast, on Discord at Me and Steve RPGs, and as always, all of these links are in the show notes. Thank you, and be kind to one another.
How much for the cigar?
Cigar, $20, dog. You gotta go down the street to the store and buy that.